see. And we have a another Phyrexian Dreadnought brew. I did tweak some cards. The initial list had 19 lands, which felt like way too few, and like this kind of Stompy variant. But the big innovation here is that you can play Chalice of the Void and still cast your Dreadnought if you have Cavern on Dreadnought, and you can also like Cavern on Eldrazi to play your Thought-Knot Seers. So this is mostly, you know, a Chalice of the Void, Trinisphere, Stompy deck, you know, where it kind of feels like if you have Ancient Tomb, Chalice of the Void in your Legacy decks, you do just get to fill the rest of your deck with whatever you want. And the whatever we want we've chosen is Scroll of Fate and Illusionary Mask. Illusionary Mask has a lot of text on it. I don't think I'm going to read it all out to you, but the general idea is you can Illusionary Mask a Superion, a Dreadnought, or an Eater of Days, and forego their downsides. And you can do so by spending mana equal to their mana cost. I don't think we can keep this. It's way too slow. No double mana land. Let's go to 5. Definitely deck that mulligans aggressively. Alright, Ancient Tomb Chalice. So I'm keeping both Tombs Chalice, and I get to keep both Tombs Chalice, and I get to keep one other card. I don't know if I want it to be Scroll of Fate. I think I'm going to put back Trinisphere Mask. Could have maybe kept Trinisphere over one of these two. Coldera, 7 months. Hope you're having a good day today. Appreciate ya. Off to a wonderful start. Chalice on 1. Basic Mountain, Lotus Petal. Okay, scary. Ruby Medallion. Oh, man. Hell yeah. Well, we kept a good start. Obviously, the Trinisphere would have been game over, though. And the Chalice on 1 is doing nothing. I think I'll take the Manamorphose. Yeah, if we kept Trinisphere, it'd be game over. They drew Mountain, so they can cast Burning Wish. Yeah, just not Bright of Flame. I think Sphere was better than Scroll. Maybe. The thing is, like, our deck is built around this card, you know. Well, Defense Grid... Why would they play Defense Grid here? Name Dreadnought. I think the Sphere is better than Scroll. I don't know. I feel like that's super easy to say right now. And you might be right. Okay, I guess that's why. They get to play a Frenzy. Just like our whole deck is things that work with, or like we have, you know, 11 cards that need a Scroll of Fate to work, and so if we just draw too many of those. Oh, they even hit a land off the Frenzy. Wow. Don't have much of a sideboard, but can mulligan aggressively. Guess that's not doing too much. I guess it does, you know, just say, hey, we have lethal next turn, and we get to take their Burning Wish, actually. No, this is actually good. Yeah, taking no, although they can't actually, Burning Wish doesn't do anything because of the Frenzy. Whatever. Obviously, we just cast the Thought-Knot Seer, take the Burning Wish. There's no real conversation here. And I don't know who's favored in the spot. Yeah, there is a Chalice on 1. They have to win this turn, or at least empty the Warrens for a bunch. Yeah, it's not that hard for them to just Grape Shot me for a little bit. They made black mana with Manamorphose. They cast Burning Wish, but they also can't. Burning Wish doesn't do anything as long as Frenzy is in play. So it's kind of weird to me to see both Frenzy and Burning Wish. I don't know if that's stock, but just seems a bit weird, right? Maybe there's some cool combo. They got Echo of Aeons. Okay, so they can flash this back if they can get it in the graveyard. And they exile the top 3, and now they can play Burgi into Mox Opal. They get to make a lot of mana. They're playing Mox before casting Burgi. I mean, Frenzy has an eject button, but it also costs 4 mana. They're probably casting the Horn. Oh. I think you're right. So that lets them Echo of the Aeons. Probably means we're dead. They are horning. Discarding Seething Song to reveal Chromox, Active Impulse. We're playing this deck next week as a donation deck. It's kind of exciting. Yeah, we might be conceding here. Yeah, Horn plus the Aeons, there's just like no way they fizzle. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Let them murder us. We were already murdered. Actually, do something like this. I think I want the ley lines. They don't do a ton. I think they do enough, though. On the play. Double ley line. Or I guess we put back a ley line. I'm going to keep this. Aren't they Grape Shot? Do we care about ley line? I mean, it stops their Echo, stops Past in Flames. It doesn't do a ton, but I think it does enough. You need energy? Just take your day off, Esther. No, I don't think white ley line matters that much because they just have easy access to empty the Warrens. Yeah, that's actually Esther. Seething Song into Frenzy, stranding the 5 cards in hand. Guess that makes Thought-Knot Seer a bit worse, huh? Punish for Wastelanding, maybe. Probably fine. Mishra's Factory is going to get the job done. Definitely Trinisphereing. Feels like that's just game over. Just not being able to clear stuff off the top of the library. Trinisphere into Karn, especially. Yeah, we could get the mask here. Probably just better to get coding this turn. Wait, is there not a coding in the sideboard? I really thought there was one. Alright, we're not getting coding. Get the mask. Can't we just attack with Trinisphere? No, because if we tap Trinisphere, Trinisphere's effect no longer works. Why not get Helm? Oh yeah, I forgot about Helm. I don't know, it doesn't really matter, right? The game's over. Helm is only lethal also if we draw a land. Right? Because you still have to pay 1? Is that how that works? Yeah, you still have to pay 1, but it doesn't really matter. We can get Help next turn if we draw a land. This is always when Twitch chat is the most helpful, is when there's like no way we could ever lose. And every line wins the game. Can you redeem 1 million points to make your life's decision to marry me? No. Because the channel points works. It works like the wish spell, where you can't wish for something more powerful than the 9th level spell. Can't keep this. I think it's close. Like obviously you want to keep a hand like this. I just don't think you can. Alright, keep triple Ancient Tomb. Let's put back one of those in a temple. Wasn't that a snap keep? Not on the draw against Ruby Storm. Man, turn 1 Frenzy. It's a great draw. Maybe the best draw in the deck. I feel like there's like no 4-drop I'd play next turn, but turn 2 Trinisphere might be too slow. I mean, we don't have any faster starts. Yeah, I think Legacy is a wild place. It's pretty fun. Legacy used to be my preferred format. I used to play it just every single day, but those days have since passed, I guess. Sack for 3 red. It's a Burning Wish, which doesn't do very much with the Frenzy still in play. I think we're unlikely to die from this exact spot. They choose Echo of the Aeons, but they didn't crack for blue? Weird. I forgot they could just get that. Why didn't they crack for blue? Maybe that was just a misplay. Speaking of, for my sub-tournament, you're planning on... What if I did Pioneer plus Innistrad? That's an interesting idea. I need to start planning that. Pioneer plus Innistrad. I like the idea. Just don't want to commit to it. I guess this is also not just a kill, but it's pretty good. I think I'm going to conceal that I have Ancient Tomb. Keep Karn's loyalty kind of high. We can just Lattice next turn. This prison deck I'm playing seems good. Thanks, I agree. 4 colorless mana. Chalice on 0. Without the mana to activate it, though. I mean, we also have our explosives on 0, sorry. But this should be game. I don't know how this could not be game, but... Usually Lattice... I mean, we even get to attack with Lattice next turn. Alright. 1-0! An excellent start for the 3-2 prediction. I wonder how... How did that end up? Wow, 61% on no, which is probably the safe bet, but... Some people might be getting rich today. Mulligan. Turn 1 Mask. Easy keep. How do you cast Myr Superion? With Mask and Scroll of Fate. Please no counter. So you do have to. So we have to spend 1 mana to morph effectively Phyrexian Dreadnought. And then as soon as it gets tapped or dealt damage or deal damage or be dealt damage, it'll turn face up. And you can only activate this as a sorcery. So I may be about to join the noble few who have ever activated this. Yeah, it's a lot of text. It's a lot of text. Don't get the choice of only 2 ley lines. Maybe. Those are kind of like those sideboard cards that were in the sideboard. Maybe they shouldn't be there. I don't even feel like ley lines are that good. But I don't want to change the list too much. Yeah, opponents, I imagine, is taking some time reading it. The art on this is also kind of great. Oh, look at those swirling eyes, the Hypnotoad eyes. Yeah. I feel like if you see Illusionary Mask and you have a Force of Negation, you should probably just force it without reading. Also, we're about to find out, does Illusionary Mask work on Magic Online? I'm gonna play Monolith first because of days. Does Mask work on Magic Online? Because I have no idea. I think this is working. Do I even really know exactly how it works? Maybe not. For the most part, Legacy is a lot of Delver, Jace, Control decks, Show and Tell, maybe some Storm, you know, the usual stuff. But every now and again, you run into a dude playing Illusionary Mask, yeah. End of turn Brainstorm. Isn't it supposed to be an 0-1 or is it errata? I don't know. It says 2-2 on this, and usually Magic Online has the errata. What's my character in D&D? In my D&D campaign, I've been playing a Storm Sorcerer for about the last 3 years. And in my Pathfinder campaign, I'm playing a Swamp Elf Monk. I think we're... Well... Probably should get in with the Factory too, right? If we don't get in with Factory... Can we Karn and Lattice in the same turn? We can't. Do I want to Mask? No, we lose the ETB. Let me just attack. I think I'm going to wait on the Factory. Sad. Opponent hates fun. Opponent hates fun. Taking Uro, right? Scrubland, Savannah, Uro, Sylvan Library. You don't see a reason of this attack, to be honest. You're talking about with the Mishra's Factory. An attack deals 2 damage to them. Which is, in Magic the Gathering, you can win the game by reducing your opponent's life total to 0. Sick draw. I think I'm going to Spyglass to Fairy. Awesome. They drew another Teferi. Spyglass Wasteland. I have Crucible in my sideboard. I can just get that. But that seems reasonable. I also have the Grim Monolith that I can untap and not care too much about Wasteland, maybe. Maybe there should be maybe there should be a sideboard like Eater of Days for spots like this too. They draw another Uro. They just play out a Teferi. Well, they're probably dead if we draw Ancient Tomb. Poggers. We have top decked well this game. See if they drew a Force plus a. I guess they already had a blue card. They're not conceding. Awesome. We have not lost a game yet. No, we have lost a game actually. Sorry, we lost game 1, but we won the last match. So my opponent's playing a 4-color nonsense deck. I don't think I'm sideboarding. Let me use the restroom real quick. Be right back. This deck is awesome. Hard to mulligan turn 1 Chalice. I think I'm going to though. Sounds pretty bad. Sounds not much better, I guess. This is a turn 2 uncounterable Thought-Knot Seer. We'll draw well again. I think this is better. I don't think we would go to 5 with this hand at least. I guess we could have actually turn 1 Thought-Knot Seered, but I kind of just want to Cavern it. Monolith is a really good Magic card. 6 mana. The Bog Artist 10 months. Thanks, Madison. Hope you have a good day today. But hiding a good card, maybe from my Thought-Knot Seer. Take their force, I suppose. Now, if I just draw Karn, do I win? No, I'm a little short. Alright, we don't have a payoff for these guys yet. Got a bunch of them in the deck. They decay the Monolith, we'll just use it to untap the other one. So they had one, I imagine they had one good card here that they protected with the Brainstorm, and now they've shuffled away the other one. Intuition? What the hell is my opponent playing? I'm so confused. Also, Triome and Legacy? This didn't really faze me at first because, you know, I see these all the time because I play mostly Modern, but... Wow. Loam, what a pile. I can just get to escape Uro if I don't put it into the hand, so I think I'm going to put it in there. Nick Fit? I mean, it's not Nick Fit, I don't think. Maybe it is. They're brewing. We could just draw Karn and win. We could just go Karn Lattice if we draw Karn. Or, of course, they'll need to, you know, turn these into actual spells. Mask is a good draw. They're just 4-color control. Yeah, I guess I just haven't seen these versions. Obviously, it looks awesome. Big draw step. Chalice. We Chalice on 3? I guess so. Well, I guess they can just decay the Chalice. Chalice on 2 for Loam. I'm just more scared of them escaping Uro than dredging Loam. Doesn't really matter though. Because they have decay. Probably just go to game 3 in a second. Yeah, Nick Fit is Veteran Explorer. I guess I don't have enough green to escape Uro this turn, actually. But notably, because we tapped our Monolith, we can't win with Karn next turn. Another Uro from the hand, though. And Field of the Dead actually beats Lattice. It's kind of funny. So do I want to bring in Leylines? Leyline seems kind of okay against them. They probably don't have many answers to Leyline either. So I'm just going to go to game... They have another decay. Should always... Yeah, I realized that part way through this game is that it seems like the idea... We actually never cast the Dreadnought through the Chalice ever, but we get around it with the other cards. It seemed like the Torp Orbs made their way out of the deck at some point. I think I'm going to cut the Superions for like 3 Leylines. Maybe I do want the 4th. I can see cutting the 3rd Trinisphere. Their deck plays like a lot of 3 drops. I think it's still fine to have like 2. That's really close. I'm going to mulligan. I think we're going to 5. Yeah, definitely going to 5. Our deck definitely mulligans very aggressively. Best hand we've seen so far. I think I'm going to play turn 1 Chalice. We can also, you know, turn 2 Scroll of Fate. It's possible just like a 2-2 every turn wins this game. Chalice on 1 is probably not that good against them anyways. Yeah, I think I'm just going to be wastelanding them next turn, and then just like making a 2/2 every turn and hoping that that's good enough. Wasteland to Triome. Triomes in Legacy, it's awesome. No, don't have Decay. Oh my gosh. Why am I naming a creature type? What the hell? Why did it do that? Yeah, that's not on the card. Yeah, weird bug. Oh, because this is a cavern. Oh, I see. Okay. I didn't get that was why that was happening. We can't win right now that they have Loam. There's no way we win this game. Like, this 2/2 is just not getting the job done. Sweet match, though. Opponent's deck really cool. Bizarro, 3 months. Hope you're having a good day, buddy. Welcome back. If I had another double land, we could probably keep this, but we don't. This deck, obviously, again, just mulligans super aggressively. Let's keep this hand. I'm going to put back 2 cards. I think we're putting back Thought-Knot Seer, Wasteland. Just turn 1 Chalice, turn 2 Scroll of Fate, Manifest Dreadnought. Lunch? Lunch, yes. Whatever you want. How do we leverage Dreadnought? Scroll of Fate and then Illusionary Mask. Really fun deck so far. An hour later. I'm probably going to be done in like 2.5 hours. So maybe now. Force pitching to Fairy. Drop this league after the next loss so we have an active 3-2 prediction. It's good EV. My opponent's playing Teferi. We could try to play around days by playing Mask, but interesting draw. Yeah, I think that it makes. I mean, this is also like a little less powerful, I think, than Scroll of Fate, because Scroll of Fate can turn other things into 2/2s. If they force this, I think I'm going to Wasteland them too, because we drew the Monolith. But my opponent's probably just reading, right? Can use Skirk Alarmist with a Manifested Cavern. I'm not sure what Skirk Alarmist is. Went down to just 2 cards. Alright, they're F6. Awesome. Think we're gonna get them. It's working.
You ignore me when I'm in chat.
I didn't. I answered you. What did you say? I said whatever you want, and I said now.
No.
Yes, I did.
I was talking about the shopping.
The shopping?
Shopping.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna go shopping.
Okay. I thought you said lunch though.
I did say lunch.
And then you said now or later. So how am I supposed to know what you're talking about? Second Dreadnought was a pretty nasty draw too. Kind of a slower hand, but probably a keep. Have we tried communicating? I'm trying right now, and it's not working.
I want to make lettuce wraps.
Okay.
But I need lettuce. But I have all the other ingredients. Except the lettuce.
I think I want to go Monolith Trinisphere. It's pretty bad against Teferi Time Raveler though. They play the Mask. They'll probably counter the Mask, right? Teferi's pretty bad. Thank goodness they don't have it. Let's name Eldrazi. Tap for whites. 2 colorless. Colorless. City of Traitors not a bad draw at all. I think we're taking Snapcaster. Yeah, with them having 2 more lands in their hand, I really don't want them to get to Snap Brainstorm. Although I'm sure they put, like, you know, a good card on top. Maybe it's a fairy. Back to basics. Damn it. I should have read them as having back to basics because they were fetching all those basics. Obviously, there's not really much I could have done, though. That being, I mean, they did get to hide 1 more card. They didn't shuffle, so if their last card is a banger here, we're in trouble. But maybe Thought-Knot Seer. Okay, never mind. Game 3. Yikes. Our hand was so good too. On the play. His hand's a little slow. I think I'm gonna keep. Factory specifically seems just like a decent card in this matchup. You kind of hate this hand. This hand is a turn 2 Trinisphere on the play. Doesn't seem that bad. And again, in Factory just doesn't seem like that bad of a card either. Force Pitching Snap. We haven't seen Days yet. I feel like their deck's not playing Days. Before Days, I guess. See if we get got by back to basics. I mean, if they just go counterspell, back to basics, you know, good beats, right? They're not slamming it. All right. Nice. Another Monolith. Monolith allows us to play Karn and pay for another Spell Pierce. Nice. Now what? Probably getting Mask. Probably getting Mask here because I have the Dreadnought in hand. And then they could have Snapcaster and they could also have, like, Snap Spell Pierce, so I'm gonna just leave up the Factory to block the Snapcaster. Yeah, I agree. I think that, like, there's just, like, no real reason to even be thinking about back to basics. They have Click. Damn it. Click is so good. They leave both of my cards in hand? Well, now I'll just play my Mask. They left both in hand? I guess that means they have an answer, but I'm just going to cast it while they're tapped out. Disenchant. Oh, super punished. Alright, Factories. Vroom vroom, I'm racing. If I'd held the... I mean, I guess they'd still get to disenchant the Dreadnought, so it's not like...
Hey, baby.
Yeah.
Can we foster a dog?
We'll talk about it later, I guess, but maybe... We're playing Karn. I think I'm just going to attack with my Factories again. Get Lattice. I mean, getting Lattice is not good with the Click that just attacks the Karn. We're talking about Esther getting Lattice. We're not going to foster a dog just because you're bored.
Ah! No! It wasn't that.
Yeah, it feels like it's mostly that.
No! There was a... I have a friend on my Snapchat. And she's like, this doggy needs to be fostered. Would anyone be able to help?
We'll talk about it after the stream. But maybe. We don't have... I cut the needle from the sideboard because we're a Chalice deck. I think I'll trade the Factory for the Click here just because killing Click makes my Karn a lot better, but we're pretty dead. Spyglass, so we didn't have enough mana to use Spyglass. Beating Believers are probably sweating a bit. Feels bad because those last two matches, like, were actual matches. The deck feels like it is functioning, but I did not know that, no.
There's like I just watched like a Snapchat article of stone crabs. Now it's like one of the most expensive type of crabs. But they harvest just the claws, not the crabs. Like, they just pop the claws off and throw them back in the ocean. I'm like, what the?
I think we keep this on 6 and not be super happy about it, but I kind of do want to also Eater of Days someone. We haven't done that yet. Is this fine? I wonder if I you know, I feel like against like specifically Eldrazi, like hard casting Eater of Days just feels like a play to me. Not against too many other matchups. Wasteland, basic on, so probably blue-red Delver, right? I feel like if I play Scroll of Fate off of Factory, I'm walking into Daze. But just like having the option to not like lose my City of Traitors next turn, just I think is too valuable here. Delver can maybe blue-red Delver never beats Eater of Days, just cast. Yeah, if they are blue-red, they probably play Borrower. Oh, yeah. I mean, just giving our opponent 2 turns feels so bad. But they got basic Mountain? Weird. Alright, I think I'm just going to Chalice. Chalice and 1's just too good against Delver. And then they can't attack unless they flip. And his Island 2 mystery cards. They don't get to flip. Still Island 2 mystery cards. I guess they can attack if they have a bolt, but I'm still like just offering the block. Right. Cast Thought-Knot Seer. Yeah, Delver usually plays Borrower. Bolts me. Yeah. I think hard casting it is going to be reasonable though next turn. Nice, Scott. Congrats. Welcome back to the cardboard crack. Opponent reveal Days, which isn't doing a ton, probably. I guess I wasn't. I know this is probably fine. Maybe not. Eater of Days puts you dead to Bolt, though. Does it? We can block Insectile Apparition. It has flying. Alright, we are skipping our next 2 turns. Happily. Relaxing with Esther, who appears to be very bored. Bolts me. Alright. I feel like they should have held that in case they drew Swift Spear. I don't know if they play Swift Spear or like Sprite Dragon. Preordain. They put 1 on bottom, 1 on top. Pass though. Red. Sprite Dragon. So we're dead to Bolt. I mean... Man, it does feel a little unlucky that they found Bolt, Sprite Dragon, but whatever. We're the one casting Eater of Days. We're the one casting Eater of Days. Can't imagine casting Eater of Days and then complaining about anything your opponent does. We also actually didn't die there if we didn't attack with the Factory. Right? We could have just tapped Factory Temple to play the Eater. And this is a turn 1 Dreadnought, so keep. But it was the 6. You have the patience of a saint. I love the crap call bit. I think it's really funny. I think it's funny that I just sit here and don't address it. I love this bit. I think it's really good. Yeah, we could have also just cast the Eater earlier. We could also have played around days, so we had a lot of options. I have no idea. I don't know what happens if they bolt this. I think if they bolt this, it flips, but I'm not 100% sure. There's just too much text, really. I think I'm gonna play Wasteland them and play Monolith. Although, yeah, this also plays around days because they lose their island. Whew. We had a pretty good draw that game. It's supposed to flip, but it's been bugged in the past. Yeah, that would be my feeling too, because it's not a trigger. I don't know. It's weird though. Well, mulligan. Mulligan. But also has gone to 6 at least. This hand has a turn 2 Chalice. I think we keep this and just put back the mana. The Myr Superions. I would mulligan this if it was like maybe even a 6-card hand, definitely a 7-card hand, but on 5 I think we gotta take what we can get. There we go, preordain. Alright, I thought that you were getting lunch. Is that not happening anymore?
Mm.
Alright, well, as much as I do love the bit, I kick thee out.
What? What? Is it because I tried to strangle you?
No, I think I'm just trying to focus.
No.
You can strangle me whenever.
No.
Well, I guess we're trying to draw Eater of Days. You wouldn't have Cavern. Can we also draw Karn? Because Karn, yeah, I think Karn, Bridge. Yeah, if we draw Karn and can put Bridge into play, we can also win. So Eater of Days. Well, now maybe Bridge doesn't do it because of the Sprite Dragon. Tough stuff. That game 2 was awesome though. Alright, believers. You're not getting rich today. This hand's amazing. This hand's basically perfect. Any more decks today? I've got a red-black Witch's Cottage deck. That's not a donation deck, just one I've been working on that I'll probably play next. Are you playing against Adnaz? Or Ant? Yeah, I mean, Underground Sea, Thoughtseize usually makes me think Ants. Can obviously be different decks. Definitely not Ants now. And a second Thoughtseize. They probably would have taken the Scroll of Fate before, but now they might take the Thought-Knot Seer. Yeah, it could be Death Shadow. Although Death Shadow doesn't always play Underground Sea. Sometimes they just play Watery Grave instead, but I think it's usually good for them to play 1 sea, like 3 or 4 Watery Grave. Just not super likely that they drew their 1 sea. Opponent is like pausing and thinking. I think I'm still playing Ancient Tomb. I know that we get got by Wasteland again, but now if we draw Eldrazi Temple, we'll be pretty happy. Yeah, I know that they didn't fetch for it. They also didn't keep a second, or sorry, they did keep a second land, Wasteland. Yeah, but Doomsday doesn't play Wasteland, but they do play Underground Sea, Thoughtseize, Ponder. That Shadow plays 3 Water Grave 2 Sea. Yeah, it definitely could be that deck. Could be a lot of different things. Punished, I guess. But we have another double land, so maybe we'll get there. It's like a Sultai deck, Shardless Bug. Alright, Scroll of Fate resolved. We can morph an Eater of Days. Or Manifest. They had nothing to do that turn. I actually think that I'm going to manifest... Yeah, I'm actually going to manifest Scroll of Fate here. I think if my opponent has like Fatal Push, they're just going to, or like, you know, they're going to push this here. I don't want to manifest Eater until I just like have the mana to flip it immediately. Guess I didn't need to play that. So we're attacking them for 11 next turn. Oh, we can actually attack for lethal if we animate the factory. Why did you play City? We have to play City or Monolith to manifest Eater, right? But it might be better to just have played the Monolith. This doesn't get decayed, it does get pushed. I was hoping to bait out the Fatal Push by again manifesting this first. With all the super efficient interaction. I think I'm playing Thought-Knot Seer. We go way down on mana though. Maybe that's fine. I think we're just kind of hoping to squeak across the finish line with like manifest tokens in the factory. Would skip one turn on Eater make it too good? No. No, it'd still be pretty bad. You just bash factory, keep manifesting. I think that's a line as well. I think I prefer this. This line is, I guess, kind of bad against second Fatal Push. The Gristlebrand deck is probably of the two I'd recommend, but the Stoneblade deck felt good too. Obviously pretty small sample size. Yeah, maybe this was just the wrong play. We do have lethal next turn, anyways. Opponent's deck probably struggles with just a 2/2 every turn. Yeah, the other line looks like the line of just manifesting and attacking last turn would have paid off so much better. Nice 1/1. Notably, like if they take 4 damage here, which they're probably going to do, they can't fetch. All right, look, another manifest. No, I have no idea singles. Scroll of Fate is basically Pack Rat, yeah. I think that's a good comparison. Yeah, if they go to 3, they can fetch one land. Okay, Magic Online players match against Arena players. Not on the same client. No. Or not on different clients, rather. Alright. We've won at least one game each match, which I am proud of. Gonna live the dream of and Mystic Reflection our opponent's creature to become Eater of Days. That's interesting. Love the flavor of this card. It is modern legal, I think. Just not any good. Like you just like even with Tormod, I think even like 9/10 flying tramples are worse in modern than in legacy because there's more removal. Alright, just never mulliganing, turn 1 Chalice, turn 2 Trinisphere. I think even with wow, Tarpit. Yeah, even with like the fact that we have to sack our City of Traitors, I think we could never mulligan this hand. Our Chalice deck's in a good position. I don't know. I don't really play a lot of Legacy. Dude, Strix is so good here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to Trinisphere. Well, no. The Chalice, I think, makes the Trinisphere a little less impactful. And then this at least means that they're not attacking us with the Strix. Yeah, I get to eat the Uro. Wait, they didn't... Oh, they didn't have an island. Nice Tarpit. Nice Tarpit. Although they do get to Wasteland me. Interesting draw. Lumbler, 6 months. We're having a good day today. Would have loved to have that in my hand earlier. One more land in our hand that gets unlocked a bit. Although I guess they'd have the days. They revealed a Fatal Push, which gets Chaliced. And 1 mystery card. It's a good draw. Just don't want to play into the days. Gonna pass here. I don't have Eater of Days in my Leviathan deck. I feel like it's not really like much of a sea monster. It's like a sky monster. They reveal Wasteland. It's pretty bad for us. They Wasteland the Cavern. Interesting. Guess it makes sense. So I think that I'm gonna cast Karn and get Mask. We could also get Crucible. I'm gonna get the Mask just because we know they have days, and so 1 land means that we can at least get a Dreadnought in play. Think I need Crucible? Maybe. I mean, I can probably fetch next turn too. Do I see any specific 2-color cards I'm hoping to see in Strixhaven? No, I don't know. I never have any expectations or hopes for Magic sets, really. I just kind of hope to like the new cards, and that's more or less it. So we can try to put a Dreadnought into play. I think I'm actually going to grab a Spyglass and just take a look at my opponent's hand. And then be like happy enough if they daze this, and if they don't, we can just name Tarpit. They've had Bob in play now for like 5 turns, and it's only dealt them 2 damage. You assumed I only take Dono deck for Modern? No, I take Dono decks for Legacy and Pioneer too, but yeah, for all the donation decks, I just have to approve them first, right? I don't just say yes to anything. So I could try to Crucible next turn because my opponent's just not attacking this Karn. I'm just going to go for the Mask. That's what we came here to do. We could also Wasteland the Tarpit, maybe. What about Standard? No, I don't think I'd take a Standard. I don't have like an Arena collection, and nobody watches Standard on Magic Online. I also don't have a, historic collection. Opponent reading Mask. You just have to play a lot of Limited, exactly, and like I just don't have the time to play Limited to grind Arena collection. Has anyone ever done a Pauper or Vintage? No, I probably would decline most Pauper decks too, honestly. People have talked about Vintage, but nobody's ever done it, I think. I might play a Vintage one, though. Opponent taking their sweet time. Yeah, exactly. Like, nobody's really brewing in Vintage. I mean, some people are brewing in Vintage, but... You know, the older, like, Legacy and Vintage are, like, the two hardest formats to innovate in, which is also why I don't really play them very often. Revealed another Dark Confidant. And they cast it. I'm probably attacking with this, right? Well, maybe not. Maybe I just want to let them die to their bobs. Let's see what we draw. My opponent is also, like, unwilling or unable to attack my Karn. I can attack with the mask. I mean, I'd cast Eater if I could. This is where, like, a Voltaic key would be pretty good in the sideboard. I think I'm just going to animate Mask and pass. Then, like, maybe attack next turn and kill them with the trample. Yeah, I know that you can brew in Vintage, but the problem is, like, you'd have to just be super in tune with the format. Just like, you know, part of the reason why I'm successful as a modern brewer is because I'm very in tune with the modern format. So maybe my opponent will just hit 3 Force of Wills in a row. So, you know, it's just like, I'd have to dedicate a lot of time to learning the format, and it's hard to juggle everything at once. Underground Sea, Force of Will, and Delta. Okay. Greatness at any cost. Been one of the weirdest matches of Magic I've ever played. Do I wait to turn on attacking with the Dreadnought? Yeah, they can just survive here. Where's my Darksteel Citadel? I'm gonna wait one more turn probably. They could die. They could die if they reveal 2 Force of Wills and any other spell. But just refusing to do anything. They reveal Delver of Secrets. Uro. Oh, Uro is so bad for us. No, I forgot they had Uro in their deck. Wasteland. I didn't get Tormod's Crypt either. Ah, no. Damn it. I could have got Tormod's Crypt. I think we just concede. Let's go to game 3. You just can't beat Uro. Stupid Uro. I thought I had lost you for the last time. At least we get to use the Uro emote. This is exactly the Spider-Man Uro thing that inspired the emote. Easy keep. Yeah, I agree that Tarpit's not good in their deck. Ken's pretty good against Thoughtseize. It's their pet card, leave them alone, fair enough. If their Tarpit hadn't been if their Tarpit was an island, they could have cast like a really important Daze against us last game. Alright, taking Baleful Strix, then taking Uro with the next Thought-Knot Seer. Hopefully. Drop. No. Don't mind if I do. Thought-Knot Seer number 3. My opponent drew Force of Will. It's also not that bad because they have to lose their Uro. Is Eater of Days as awful as the record and conventional wisdom would imply? Yeah. Just like Phyrexian Dreadnought is so much better than every other effect like it. Whenever you play these decks, it's like, in order to make them work, you do kind of have to play more than... They revealed Decay, it's kind of funny. you have to play more than just the Dreadnought a lot of the times, which is why like you usually just want to play Uro and Torpor and Stifle work with Uro and Dreadnought, but these colorless versions just don't really work that well. Yeah, Vage is the untouchable. I'm just gonna play another 4/4. See their hand of no spells. Attack them for 8. Can anything in your deck? No, we can't cast Superion, but it works with Scroll of Fate and the Mask. So we have 2 and 3, which is kind of what I felt like we were gonna do. Honestly, the deck did function. I feel like this is a fine way to build it. I probably wouldn't play the Leyline of Sanctities. I'd probably play Coding in the sideboard. I'd also play the Needle. Just like build a Karn sideboard and also play Leylines. Just have that be your whole plan. You'd also maybe you should have one of these artifacts creatures in your sideboard, like one Superion or something. Probably play the 4th Factory over over the 4th Cavern too. But definitely a fun deck. So that is all.